I'm Dr. Jordin Wiggins, and this is the Pleasure Principles podcast. Join me on this journey where sex, science, and sensuality meet. Let's change the conversation around sex and pleasure together.
When it comes to intimacy, physical, emotional, spiritual, are high-achieving women doing it right? Kind of makes me cringe to say this because this was me. No. No, they are not. So today we are going to discuss tips for high-achieving women when you want to receive just because. Have extended multiple orgasms. Not that you had to work for, but just because. Joy, just because. Laughing for no reason. Feeling relaxed and confident that everything is handled with ease. Something fascinating that I have noticed about working with Superwomen, and Superwomen are high-achieving, ambitious women with so many responsibilities. So many people count on us. Often we excel in our careers. We do the majority of managing the family, the emotions, the schedules. We're caregivers, but doing it all while maintaining the appearance of perfection. I like to talk about it's like a duck on a pond where from the outside looking in looks great, but underneath their little legs are working in overdrive. And that's often what it feels like for a superwoman. It looks good from the outside looking in, but inside, our insides do not match our outsides. Superwomen tend to prioritize the needs of others over their own. They feel the pressure of being everything to everyone. This leads to exhaustion, a sense of dissatisfaction in our personal lives, including our sexual health and overall pleasure. Are you a superwoman? Are you so invested, overly invested in the needs of others? And this could be your company, your loved ones, that you hurt yourself, that you get sick, you get resentful. Are you always thinking ahead for everyone to make sure they're emotionally comfortable? My client needed to double check that her husband picked up the dry cleaning so her daughter could have a school uniform. That's what I'm talking about. Thinking like 10 steps ahead so she didn't have to deal with the discomfort of not having her clothes. Do you dislike conflict? Is it easier for you to just do things yourself? Or maybe you don't want to tell your partner that you're not enjoying the sex that you're having. Are you crusty with loved ones, especially your kids? And if you're really super honest, do your relationships lack depth? Okay, this could be friendships. They're surface friendships together because your kids are at the same stage or you're at the same stage in business. Do your personal relationships lack intimacy? Your teammates, you're not making bedroom eyes, you're not desiring each other. Like, really, you have a friendship, not a relationship. So I want you to ask yourself, do I have Superwoman Syndrome? The cultural expectation that women must do it all at the expense of our own needs. And it is my mission that women like you can transform your relationships, reclaim your energy and your power, and experience true joy and fulfillment. You ever see that woman at a restaurant, anywhere in real life? I'm not talking about on a social feed. And she is a joy for everyone to be around. Those sitting at the table with her lean in when she speaks. The servers are happy to serve her. And you're sitting over there, resentful, crusty, wondering, what secret to life does she know that I don't? And the secret is that what got you success in your career is not going to get you success in your personal relationships and intimacy. So let's use a fun example. At the most recent mentorship retreat, I did a $1 million blowjob training. It was impromptu. There was a cucumber involved. If you're on my email list, you will get to see some behind the scenes photos. We'll put the link in the show notes for you to sign up if you're not. And I want you to hear what my clients had to say within a week of this training. My husband woke up this morning and said that he had the best blowjob ever, and this program was worth every fucking penny. And another client said, finally got the energy to perform the $1 million blowjob this AM. I've not seen him enjoy anything so much. He gave me 4 orgasms, then said, can we stay and have sex all afternoon? Yep. He took me out to our favorite restaurant for lunch and we came back for another round. Now I'm tired. And I would like to point out that these women started exactly where you are. Disconnected, not wanting sex, partners giving them the ick, pleasure centers in their brain turned off. Something fascinated me about teaching this training. So we had, I think, about 12, 13 brilliant, beautiful, successful superwomen at this retreat. And first of all, the group was split in half in women who loved giving blowjobs and women that hated it. And even the ones that loved it got good feedback. They needed this training. And I'm going to tell you why. And if you think that you're great at blowjobs and great at sex, I still want you to listen to this, because if you are a superwoman, I can guarantee you that you're not doing all of these things. So yeah, the first thing that fascinated me was the split. Half loved it, half hated it. And the second thing that fascinated me was the number of questions from both sides, those that loved and disliked it. Am I doing this right? And if you are asking that question, the answer is no. And let's be clear here. We were sharing tips, but the inherent question of anything, and it could have been, should I swallow? If you have to ask the question, it means no, because we are in our heads, for one. We are not focused on pleasure. Pleasure centers in your brain are turned off. Touch is not as pleasurable. It's not as pleasurable sensation. So giving pleasure when you're in that state, it's never as pleasurable as the giver or the receiver. And the second thing is the focus was on him. It was on, am I doing this right? And I'm going to assume 2 things. I'm going to assume you want to give your man $1 million blowjob, something that is going to be like, I have never experienced that much pleasure, enjoyment in my life. And the other thing that I'm going to assume is that you want a masculine man, someone to take the lead, to take charge, to follow through, someone to care for you and meet you at a level of emotional depth. We don't want man babies that we are having to remind to do things, having to ask 10 times, having the same circular arguments. With those assumptions, superwoman sex can be good. You've done your research. It's performative to an extent, because if you are in survival, the pleasure centers in your brain are turned off. Okay, both people come, or maybe somebody does. He tells you that it's good, but let's be really honest. Would he tell you if it wasn't? Lots of unhealed superwomen's partners are afraid to tell them the truth or disappoint them, because it's not worth what will happen after. They don't want that feedback to crush you when you are already burnt out when your tank is already empty. So even those of you that are like, oh yeah, I get the positive feedback. Really? Really though? Because if you are not practicing these 3 tips that I'm going to teach you, I question whether it is authentic feedback or that checkbox mundane sex is the ceiling. Your partner has never experienced anything beyond, and neither have you. So if he's not craving it, daydreaming about it after telling you about it the next day or a week later or a month later, because I want to tell you something, and this is where superwomen struggle. What makes a woman truly good at sex is her ability to receive. So, our problem, superwomen are not great at receiving pleasure, something that we haven't worked for. So, yes, you've hit your income goal for the year before even Q4. That's amazing. You love that. You want to celebrate that because you worked for it. So you feel like you deserve that reward. But ask a superwoman to receive something, anything that she did not work for, that's a totally different story. If your partner came up to you to go down on you in the middle of the day and give you 4 orgasms, would you say yes? Or would you be focused on your to-do list and brushing him off? Okay, that's our pleasure problem. Pleasure centers in our brain are turned off. If somebody opens a door for you, does work for you, if sex is focused solely on your pleasure, like how long do you let people give to you when you haven't earned it, you haven't done anything for it before you stop it? How long do you let your partner go down on you and enjoy it before you start escaping in your brain to go other places? So if the pleasure centers in our brain are turned off, if we are in survival, we are in our lizard brain, in our survival brain, not in our frontal cortex. We don't know what we desire, so we are putting the pressure on our men to just know or do it for us or do all of the initiating. Hate to say it, superwomen, but when we have our superwoman capes on, when we are experiencing feminine burnout, we can't possibly be mind blowing at sex. It's just not physiologically possible. And you know what? It's taboo for a man to leave someone for a much younger woman. Well, I mean, it's expected, but somebody that's not as smart, not as accomplished. But you know what is interesting about that power dynamic is that he can give to her and she receives what he is giving. Also, we're starting to see a lot more women staying single, for one, research showing they are happier, healthier, live longer. But also, we're seeing women start dating much younger men who can communicate, who are in touch with their emotions. Anyways, interesting, but I digress. So I repeat, the skills that got you success in your career, building multiple companies, running departments, saving lives, are not the skills that are going to make you successful, memorable, desired after in intimacy and relationship. We've been taught that doing it all is going to lead to fulfillment, but it is draining your energy and killing your intimacy. So, hey, boss babe, how's your pussy? When is the last time that you had sex that was truly mind blowing? You were smiling about it and felt fulfilled for days later. And I think back in my life, there's times where I was really crushing it in my career. And before I learned these tips that I'm about to share, like I am not proud of how I was showing up. I was over giving to so many areas, not myself, not my relationships. And I don't want you to make the same mistakes that I have been making. So here are 3 tips for doing it right for high achievers. Number 1, get out of your head and into your body. Superwomen are thinkers, fixers, problem solvers. It's why we're so amazing to have around. It's why we get the promotions. And it keeps us stuck in survival mode where our pleasure centers are off. Touch is not as pleasurable, sensation is not as good. Often we're not even thinking about being intimate. And ladies, we are the only people on the planet with an organ just for pleasure, just to make us feel good. If you are not having mind blowing self pleasure, partnered sex, then yes, you are doing it wrong. And I'm going to give you some examples of how to get from your head into your body. Mindful movement needs to be a part of your routine. So, engaging in slower, fluid, more feminine forms of movement like yoga, like dance, like stretching. Engaging your senses is another great way. Smell. I love the ambiance of lighting a non toxic candle, body oils. Taste. When is the last time you actually tasted your food? Sound. What kind of music is going to take you from, Superwoman cape on, putting out fires, and drop you into that parasympathetic state, make you feel more relaxed? And another tip is self massage. So, and this doesn't need to be self pleasure, but it can just be connecting with your body, with the sensation of touching your skin and muscles. And I know your Superwoman brain is going to think this is stupid. And I'll tell you what, the woman that could make your man's head spin, she's doing these things. She is taking the time to do these things. Her pleasure centers are turned on. Number 2, we need to do less, give less, feel more. So, as the high achieving, people pleasing, over giving, like we were taught this as a young age, as little girls, we were taught to be this way, to smile, make others feel good. Don't make anyone feel uncomfortable with your emotional experience. Don't be too much. Don't cry. Years of that, our emotions are like a clamped fire hose we've turned off. And when we learn to start feeling, it's almost uncomfortable. This is why we engage in numbing behaviors, watching too much TV, drinking too much alcohol, taking on more projects at work, buying another property, because we don't want to feel. Tuning into your emotions can help you express desire, needs, boundaries during sex. So, some ways to enhance emotional awareness include journaling if you love it. I'm in and out of the journaling thing. Like when I do it and commit to it, it's good, but it's definitely not one of my favorites. Write down your feelings, write down your desires, practice processing your emotions and feeling comfortable expressing them in a medium that feels good. Could even be a note on your phone. Breathing is another tool that we can use to connect us to our feelings. Deep breathing throughout your day. I teach a meditation in my courses where you are focusing on sensation and feeling. The Superwomen love it because even right now, like breathe in, and what's the first sensation you find? I have tightness in my back because I was at the gym yesterday and I'm fighting a cold too. So I think some of my paraspinal muscles are hurting. Another tip for feelings, and again, this is going to sound very simple. Your Superwoman brain is going to think, I am way more advanced than this. Well, as I've pointed out, Superwomen, if my work speaks to you, you are you are definitely not more advanced than this. And I remember the first time that my therapist at the time had me do this, I was almost a little offended. So I want you to do check-ins with yourself. Ask yourself how you're feeling 3 times a day, emotionally, physically. Maybe you need a reminder in your phone to check in. Hey, how am I feeling right now? How's my body feeling right now? You can also do this before, during, and after sexual experiences as a tool to keep you grounded in the moment. This awareness helps you be more present, responsive, and It's going to make more sex more pleasurable because we're working on turning those pleasure centers on. Men love to see you respond to them. That is what makes you a joy to make love to give pleasure to. And when you are giving, if you are just focused on getting things done, you're emotionally checked out, the pleasure centers in your brain are off. We have to work on that piece too. And this is what I teach in the Pleasure Mastery Mentorship, a 10-month private coaching and mastermind experience. You will learn to feel fulfilled and deeply connected in your personal relationships. Finally, learn how to feel supported and receive in and out of the bedroom. Have more intimacy, joy, and fulfillment while maintaining the success in your career. Do not wait. Head to the show notes, Superwomen, fill out the application. Want to make sure that this is a fit for you because this is a highly curated group of women. It will sell out. So I want you to head to the show notes and apply if this speaks to you. Number 3, embrace sensuality and playfulness. Explore your sexual and sensual energy in playful and non-goal oriented ways. This is something that I have to teach many superwomen to do because we are just so inherently goal oriented. We are so inherently focused ahead, what's next, achieving. It is what got you success in your career, does not make you successful at intimacy and personal relationships. So by focusing on pleasure rather than performance, which is where most superwomen are, even the ones that are hearing like, oh, that was great. By focusing on pleasure, you create space for deeper enjoyment. And here's some ideas. You can slow down. You can do everything slower. I need these reminders. This is something that I constantly have to work on embodying. Have to be intentional. Take time to explore your body or your partner's body without rush, savoring each touch, kiss, sensation. Try exploring different forms of pleasure. Experiment with different types of stimulation, like teasing, eye contact, breathing together, like syncing your breath. This is going to help you fully engage your pleasure centers. Also, play with feminine energy. Incorporate different elements, dance, how you dress, role playing to help you embody that sensuality, the way that you want to feel, and express different facets of yourself during sex. Like I said, most superwomen are showing up the same way during every sexual encounter. And it's not interesting. It's kind of boring. It's like playing the same note on a piano over and over and over. So good luck. I give you a lot of homework. Send me a DM on Instagram. Let me know what you tried, what you were experimenting with. And please take a moment to share this episode with another superwoman that you know needs it. Have a great week, everybody.
If you like what you heard in this episode, leave me a rating. Your support helps me get discovered by more women like you. Together, we can change the conversation around women's sexual health and pleasure for you, your partners, and generations to come.